Again, we see him just playing at his own rhythm to get to the rim, and like you said, the craftiness, the creativeness to finish through the contact.
Foster left side. Count it and the foul. He went up with the right hand. It got fouled, but it didn't deter him, and it didn't stop him from finishing at the basket. Three-point play opportunity here coming for the City League's second leading scorer, Greg Foster.
Got to get back in transition if you're the Pivot League. This Recorder team is just far too athletic to give those opportunities to.
Another opportunity here for the Indianapolis Recorder. Henderson wide open from three, can't finish. Offensive rebound, Indianapolis Recorder, and that's a long ball from Greg Foster. Not a guy leave open too often from deep. Turns out to be a 5-point possession for Greg Foster and the Indianapolis Recorder. Here's Edwards. Dumps it off. Harbor, left side corner. Sidestep three, blocked. Indianapolis Recorder numbers the other way. Driving hard to the basket is Lisenby, and he throws it down. Just like that, the lead is double figures for the Indianapolis Recorder, and that's going to spark a timeout taken by Pivot League. We'll take it with them. 19-8 the lead for the Indianapolis Recorder over Pivot League. Just about 6 minutes gone here in this first half on the City League Live. Back here at the Bonner Fitness and Learning Center, the Near East side of Indianapolis, for some Wednesday night action at the City League. The Indianapolis Recorder and the Pivot League are second of three matchups this evening here at the Bonner Center. It's Pivot League basketball. They're trailing by 11, just under 14 minutes to play in this first half. That's Meriwether. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Nice pass to the cutting Edwards for the easy lay at the front of the rim.
Way to keep his eyes up by Meriwether and find the Edwards cutting.
Caldwell knifing his way to the basket, lost it. Last touched by Pivot League. Indianapolis Recorder will retain possession. Inbound quickly here to Foster. He steps into a wide open three but can't hit. Meriwether the rebound. He's going to take it up himself like a locomotive down the forecourt, but his pass to Harbor in the corner was off target, out of bounds. Indianapolis Recorder ball.
So a chance to get back-to-back buckets for Pivot League, but they squander it away. Now they have to come up with another stop.
Good ball movement here by the Indianapolis Recorder. Dumped down to Foster. His right-handed layup rattles home. Harbor able to beat the pressure, but lost it as he looked to slow it down. Turnover there for Pivot League. The Indianapolis Recorder looking to add to their early lead. We haven't seen much of Aaron Henry yet so far, at least in the scoring column. Here's Caldwell. Already hit a three tonight. Lost that one as he drove to the basket. Last touched by Pivot League, so the Indianapolis Recorder will retain possession.
You're right. We haven't seen a lot of Aaron Henry, which makes it even more impressive that this team is up by 11.
Right on cue. Henry short on that corner three. Washington driving, hanging in the air, and finishing. Fantastic take there by Washington. The body control to hang in the air. He's been a bright spot already in this ball game for Pivot League. He's got another chance at a three-point play coming up here at the charity stripe.
Washington sure has been. It's just a matter of going as hard as you can to the rim and making them defend you without fouling and making them play basically perfect defense.
Free throw no good. Here comes Aaron Henry. 3-on-1 opportunity here for the Indianapolis Recorder. Henderson misses the layup. Poked out. Washington to Harbor. Pump fake. Sidestep. Triple is good. A break there for Pivot League. That was a wide open layup from a 4-on-1 opportunity. It led to a Harbor three on the other end. That three from Henry's off the mark, and here comes Washington. The lead is down to 6 for the Indianapolis Recorder. Can Washington cut into it here with the three? He can. He's short. Rebounded by Henderson. Foster in the front court. He goes up with the right hand on the left side and finishes.
It's a huge swing, a 5-point swing, right? This game could just be a 3-point game, but instead it turns into an 8-point game just like that as Recorder is able to get out and transition again and score yet again on a fast break.
Timeout taken here on the floor. Pivot League going to talk things over. Their deficit is 8. It's 23-15 with 11:05 to play in this first half. Zion, we haven't talked about it much, but the issues for Pivot League, what has kind of been the struggle, at least on the offensive end of the floor so far in this ballgame?
Yeah, I just think this team, you can't turn the ball over or, you know, get those poor shots that lead to fast break opportunities for the Recorder team. As I mentioned, this Indy Recorder team is just so athletic that it's going to kill you, right, if you do that, and it has been an issue so far. For the Pivot League, defense has been a bit of a concern for them in both of their games. They won their last game a couple weeks ago against Hoop Bus, but still gave up 81 in that contest, gave up 75 in their loss to USA First Financial. So it has not been the soundest defense this team has played so far this summer, and it's kind of shown so far in this game.
You have to give credit, though, too, as they're now playing at full strength. It was 4-on-5 there for a little while if you're just joining us. Pivot League and Xavier Del Real just joining us. He's checked into the ball game as Washington sidesteps and hits a three. So to be now only down 5, and he played the first 8+ minutes of the ball game with just 4 players on the floor, gotta like where you're at right now if you're Pivot League, as Foster can't finish there. Merriweather turned over the outlet pass. Here's Henderson driving back towards the top of the key. Here's Henry. Henry behind his back will dump it down low. Lisenby trying to back down Edwards. He goes up on the right side, can't finish. Merriweather the rebound. Here's Washington. Nice take, hanging in the air. See if they get that on the shot or on a pass. He was fouled. Again, if you're joining us, Pivot League, it's with the first, what would you say, Zion, 8 minutes of this ball game with just 4 players?
And obviously that is a tall task, but the main reason they're in this game is the man at the free throw line right now. Washington has been incredible. Even playing a man down, he's been able to just drive inside, penetrate, and get to the rim time and time again.
First free throw is good from Washington. It's not like this is new for Washington. He's been one of the better scorers in the City League, all season long. But one noticeable absence this evening for Pivot League as Washington goes 2 for 2 at the line is Dame Wilburn. Wilburn averaging 20 points per game on the year. He's not here. He's not active tonight for Pivot League. As here's Henry trying to break down his defender. Henry step back at the elbow. Short on the mid-range jumper. Here comes Edwards spinning. Right hand and finishing. Down to 1 is the lead for the Indianapolis Recorder. Here comes Foster attacking one-on-one here. Can't finish. Flying in for the rebound was Lisenby. He's got it at the front of the rim, and it rolls home.
I mean, this Recorder team does not miss a chance to drive and to really get out in transition.
Didn't get back in transition, semi-transition there defensively. As that's a nice finish there. Pivot League back within 1. Greg Foster, left side, elbow extended. Gets the jumper to fall. He's had trouble when he's taking it too far inside towards the basket tonight. Been good shooting the ball from deep and from the mid-range. Got that one to fall. Here's Harbor. Kick out Merriweather. Can shoot the 3. He'll pull here. Misses that time. Henry off to Henderson. Short corner, it's Foster working against Washington. A tough place to be as a defender here against Greg Foster. Jab steps a couple of times and buries the short corner jumper.
especially with the height disadvantage Washington is at. It's just hard for him to really contest that jumper or to get into Greg Foster's space without feeling like he might get it drove by in the meantime.
Washington looking to get his get back on this end. Working one-on-one against Foster on the far side of the floor. Here's Del Real. Again, he's a late arriver for Pivot League. They were playing with 4 players to begin the ball game, but that's a nice pass from Del Real and a nice shot. Now free throw line jumper falls for Jaquan Edwards. Around 7:15 to play in this first half. 3-point lead for the Indianapolis Recorder. Foster back to his favorite spot. He's hit 2 straight from right here. Another fall-away jump shot. That one just short off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Harbor. Harbor, he'll step into a 3 off the right side of the iron. Rebounded by Mason. And here comes the Indianapolis Recorder. Swing it right side. Foster stepping into a 3 and burying a 3.
This Recorder team just does not let up. And Foster, you've seen him, he's taking the last 3 shots for them. Overall 5 points in that span.
Washington looking to answer with a 3 of his own, and he does so. It's been Greg Foster versus Kaisio Washington in this first half. We'll see if Foster looks to attack Washington once more. Driving right side behind the back dish to the driving Antonio Lisenby. Lisenby couldn't finish with the left hand, but it does have 2 shots upcoming here at the free throw line after a sweet feed from Foster.
Foster's playing some really good basketball right now. Nice find that time. And Lisenby, he was ready for it, right? He rolled kind of behind Foster, right, knowing that that ball could still be coming his way even after Foster drove past the free throw line and almost got the shot to fall.
First free throw off for Lisenby. We've talked about the scoring punch so far in this first half for Greg Foster. Should come as no surprise. Came into tonight averaging 27 points per game. That's good enough for second in the City League. Second free throw off as well from Lisenby. Strong rebound by Del Real. He'll push the tempo. Now he'll slow things down. That half-court pressure hasn't been as effective ever since. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but the half-court pressure hasn't been as effective since Pivot League got to full strength, as that's a foul away from the play on the Indianapolis Recorder.
Still a lot of pressure, even in just one-on-one defense from the Recorder. They want to try to turn teams over so they can really show their speed and verticality in transition.
Del Real, far side, 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. His 3-point attempt was blocked by Henry. Mason corralled the loose ball. He'll drive all the way to the basket with the left hand. He finishes. Coast to coast there for Jalen Mason. Back to 5 as the lead as Greg Foster. Active hands in the backcourt. That was like a Jose Alvarado-esque type of play coming from behind.
Come on, Zach. We're in Indy. That's a TJ McConnell play.
You see, Jose Alvarado does the I'm going to hide behind the referee and come up from behind you. TJ McConnell's more of the I'm a straight-up dog and just going to take this from you type of thing in the backcourt. So in that scenario, I'll say Jose Alvarado. But yes, TJ McConnell, the king of the backcourt steals, is referees going to correct themselves. Looked like Foster knocked that out of bounds off of Washington. The referees now have it right, so it's Indianapolis Recorder ball, leading by 5. Henry, strong drive with the right hand, can't finish. Edwards the rebound. Here comes Pivot League, right to left. Kick out. Del Real, corner pocket 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Mason. Hesitation, Mason working against Merriweather will now pull the big man back out on an island. He gets around him, goes with the reverse, and finishes.
You said it perfectly, Zach. Just get that big guy on an island and go to work.
Washington, he'll step into a 3 off the front of the rim. It hit a couple of times before bouncing off. Rebound Henry. Here comes the Indianapolis Recorder. Caldwell, left side wing, working against Edwards, breaking him down. Long 2 is good. Maybe one of the worst shots in basketball from an analytics perspective, but Caldwell doesn't care, Zion. Nice move there, a sidestep mid-range jumper, and the lead is back to 9 for the Indianapolis Recorder.
This could be the danger zone here for the Pivot League. They need a bucket.
Del Real working against a smaller Jalen Mason. Earns himself a trip to the free throw line. That's something I'm curious if Pivot League kind of takes advantage of that. They do have the size advantage, and we should note Dame Wilburn has just arrived for Pivot League. That's their leading scorer. He's one of the top 10 scorers in the City League, averaging 20 a game. He's just arrived. He's sitting over on the bench now as Del Real hits the first free throw. But back to the point I was making, if the Indianapolis Recorder side is going to play both of Jalen Mason and Greg Foster at one time, one of them is going to have a significant size disadvantage on the defensive end. Right there is Del Real that had the size advantage on Mason, and he took advantage.
For sure, and that's how you can kind of get back in this game and try to control the game, right? Slow it down, use your big guys, and go to work.
Here's Foster. New matchup defensively on him. It's Harbor, who will now hand him off to Merriweather. Mismatch here. Foster between his legs repeatedly. That one blocked by Merriweather. Good recovery. The ball, though, found the hands of Caldwell on the left side, and his three was off. Leaking here is Del Real. He'll go up on the right side and finish. Nice outlet pass there from Merriweather to find the streaking Del Real for the bucket. Caldwell, step back three, short. Rebound Washington. Numbers here for Pivot League. Washington a step inside that elbow. Knocks down the free throw line jumper. Got a nice roll there off the front of the rim.
He says he got hit too. No call, though.
Mason, top of the key three. Well off the right side of the iron. Chance to potentially tie here with the three. Washington will take it. Well short. Offensive rebound, Harbor. He'll now slow things down. 13 on the shot clock. Cross court, Del Real. His catch and shoot three off the front of the iron. Rebounded by the Indianapolis Recorder. Here comes Foster. Hesitation. Driving left side. Finishing with the right hand, but he can't get it to fall. Del Real now pushing the tempo. And up and down. Back and forth. Last couple of minutes. Merriweather now. The smaller Foster on him, and that's no problem for Merriweather. An easy finish for him there against the smaller Greg Foster.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
Than one.
Not even sure why Merriweather kind of seemed to hesitate there. The lane was just wide open for him to take, and eventually he got to the rim regardless.
Henry, I'm still not sure if he scored. Sizing up Del Real there, and that's a nice free throw line jump shot. I think that's his first bucket of the ball game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you heard you, Zach, and he decided to take matters into his own hands. Nice bucket by Aaron Henry.
Got about a 5 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock here as Washington has it. Far side of the floor, trailing by 3. That's a foul taken.
That's a smart foul because the clock continues to run.
By the Indianapolis Recorder, so Pivot League has to inbound this quickly. 2 seconds to go on the game clock, and I don't think they're going to get a possession here. Heads up play by a veteran of the City League there in Greg Foster.
I'm not sure I've seen that before where a guy fouls on purpose just to run the clock down. That's really a wise play and a good way to end the half for the Recorder.
Heads up play there, Greg Foster and the Indianapolis Recorder. They'll take a 3-point lead into the halftime break. The Indianapolis Recorder looking to stay perfect on the season. Their 2-0 record on the line. Pivot League 1-1, looking to pick up what would be a big second win of the season late here in the TCL pool play season. We'll be back with second half action on the other side of this halftime intermission. Don't go anywhere. We'll have second half action right here on the City League Live. Back here at the Bonner Center, Zach Browning and Zion Brown with you as we are set for second half action here in game 2 of 3 tonight at the City League. Pivot League versus the Indianapolis Recorder. It's a 3-point lead at the halftime intermission for the Indianapolis Recorder. But Zion, all things considered, if you're just joining us, Pivot League played for the first 8 or so minutes with just 4 players. They were down by 7 by the time their 5th player arrived 8 minutes into the game. And all things considered, not a bad first half considering the circumstances for Pivot League.
Yeah, and now you mentioned it, Dame Wilburn will come into the game for the first time. It's almost like just unlocking a new player at halftime, their leading scorer. Let's see how that changes this game.
Shot off there from the Indianapolis Recorder. Washington outlets into the front court. Harbert lays it off, and there's Wilburn making an instant impact for Pivot League as soon as he checks into the game.
Excellent pass by Harbert.
Unselfish. That pass from Harbert. Foster drives right side of the rim. He's fouled. It's a really tough cover. One of the most talented players, if not the most talented players we have at the City League. Foster had 21 points in that first half.
I'll be honest, Zach, we got the stats at halftime. I didn't quite realize he had 21, right? We had mentioned how good he had been and how well he was playing, but even still, it felt a little quieter than 21 points. That just shows the impact that he was able to have, though. Foster just getting whatever he wanted to in that first half.
And part of the reason he was efficient, too. He didn't take 30-plus shots to get those 21 points. 9 of 16 from the floor in that first half for Foster as he gets his own rebound here. It bounces right back to him, and that's an unorthodox 3-point possession for Greg Foster and the Indianapolis Recorder. Their lead is back to 4. Harbor, right side wing, here's Wilburn. Down low, Del Real, the smaller Foster on him. Del Real goes up with the right hand and finishes easily over the smaller Foster. Foster bringing it with some tempo, dumping it down low to Caldwell. Doubled, kick out, extra pass. Henry jumped in the air to make the pass. Thought about the 3. He'll now drive after getting it back. Right-handed finish. He can't, but he was fouled. The lefty, Aaron Henry, going to his non-dominant hand there to draw the foul and earn 2 shots upcoming here at the free throw line.
Yeah, nice move. Just the small Euro step in the lane by Henry just to get enough space to put the shot up and draw the foul.
First free throw is good. That first free throw there for Henry, just his 4th point of the ball game. He has been quiet in this one. 1 of 5 from the field so far as the second free throw is short. Still a 1-possession ball game here. Outlet Del Real, left side of the rim. He lays it in. Xavier Del Real, I wouldn't even call it cherry picking, Zion. He's just been able to beat the Indianapolis Recorder down the floor consistently throughout this ball game as Henry had his shot blocked. 3-on-1 here for Pivot League. Del Real kicking, Harbor driving. He'll finish on the right side, and Pivot League all of a sudden, Zion, has the lead.
They've come out with more bounce, more energy here in this second half, and it's shown.
Behind the back, step back, Caldwell, long 2. That was pretty from Josh Caldwell, putting Milburn on a little bit of the spin cycle there to retake the lead for the Indianapolis Recorder.
Yeah, it's hard to control as a defense.
Around a screen, he snaked it all the way back behind the 3-point line and drills the 3. Turnover here in the backcourt. Harbor comes away with it. Dancing away from the pressure. Kick out. Milburn, his 3, just too strong. Rebounded by Caldwell. Here comes the Indianapolis Recorder. Right side of the lane. He lost it. Milburn out to Washington. Going to be a foul taken out front. Chris Henderson with the take foul. No,
Smart foul.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, I guess. I think that's what happened at the start of this game. We do have the take foul in effect as an official rule, just so we could see more of those transition plays, so it turns into a free throw regardless.
Del Real knocks in the first free throw, or the only free throw, I should say, the technical foul shot. Looks like we have a timeout going to be taken on the floor. The Indianapolis Recorder will take it. Their now trailing in this ball game. Zion, they led for the entirety of that first half, but now trailing here by 3, in danger of picking up their first loss of the season.
There's just more energy, right? It feels like the springiness has all belonged to the Pivot League here. And so, and you see early in this game, it's just earlier in this game, the Recorder is able to get on transition. They use their athleticism. Now we see Pivot League getting out in transition and getting those stops. And it's once again flying around the court a little bit more, and has led to this 3-point game. Let's see if the Recorder can kind of regather and regain that energy and get themselves back ahead.
Did get confirmation, Zion, from the referee. That was indeed a take foul. So now possession remains in favor of Pivot League. Wilburn will play it in from the far side of the floor into Harbor. The lead is 3 for Pivot League. About 4:20 gone in the second half. Harbor crosses over using a screen from Del Real. He kicks it out to Wilburn. Behind the back up top to Del Real. Ball swings to Washington. 6 to go in the shot clock. Washington lost it out of bounds, and it last touched him. Aggressive defense by Caldwell over there in the corner, and he turned over Washington.
Washington wanted to draw a foul on Caldwell, didn't get the call. It ends up being a turnover.
Foster, his 3 on the way off the front of the rim, and we have a loose ball foul. That's going to be against Antonio Lisenby, dislodging Team Wilburn down low.
I mean, the shot goes up, and you just see Wilburn kind of rolling on the ground. A pretty easy call. You can't move a guy out the way that harshly and expect to get away with it.
Caldwell will now head to the bench, replaced by Jalen Mason, who provided some good minutes in that first half for the Indianapolis Recorder. 4 first half points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists as well for Jalen Manson. Here's Wilburn trying to find the rolling Del Real, but Aaron Henry looking like a soccer player. Didn't play soccer at Michigan State, didn't play soccer at Ben Davis either, but showing off the footwork and the foot-to-eye coordination right there. Wilburn behind the back, Del Real driving against Henry. Left side, he goes up, and it was blocked out of bounds. Pivot League will retain possession with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock.
And you can just tell the Recorder's defense has been much more stout here coming out of that timeout.
Wilburn, far side, step back 3 on its way. Too long, but he was fouled. Manson sliding underneath the landing spot there of Dame Wilburn, and the leading scorer for Pivot League, who again showed up around 15 minutes into this game. Well, out of the free throw line, he's got 3 shots upcoming.
Of course, you want to be aggressive, and you prefer that sort of defense to the way that this Indianapolis Recorder team was moving around the court to start this second half, but you also have to be smart and careful with the way you're closing out and defending aggressively.
First free throw miss, second free throw rolls in for Wilburn. He's got 1 more coming. It's a 2-possession ball game. 7 minutes into the second half, Wilburn goes 2 for 3. It's a 51-46 advantage for Pivot League. Here comes Foster working against Wilburn. He'll dump it down low to Caldwell. Caldwell, a couple of pound dribbles into the chest of Edwards. He goes up at the front of the rim, count it, plus the foul. A man-sized move there from Josh Caldwell. A chance at 3 here at the line.
Yeah, that was one of those. Everyone in this gym heard that smack, and once Caldwell felt the contact, he was ready to go up with it. And trying to get 3 here.
Caldwell, kind of a mismatch nightmare for this Indianapolis Recorder squad. He's got guard-like skills, but is for all intents and purposes the biggest guy on the floor most of the time for the Indianapolis Recorder. He converts at the line. It's a 3-point play, and the lead is back down to 2 for Pivot League. Wilburn lost it, trying to cross over. Picked up by Foster. 1-on-1, he goes behind his back and finishes with the right hand.
Tremendous ball control by Foster. So, like you said, put it behind his back and still hit the layup.
Kind of looked like Jamal Crawford back in the day with that behind-the-back move in the open court. Merriweather lost his dribble, top of the key, gets it off to Edwards. His 3 is good. Big shot there from Jaquan Edwards.
Zach, I really like the way Jaquan Edwards plays. He just finds the right spots to be in off the ball and then converts when the ball swings his way.
Makes the most of somewhat limited touches in the half court offensively, as that's a over and back call. An inaccurate pass there from the Indianapolis Recorder. Edwards will now inbound right in front of us. And now we have an over and back called here on Pivot League. They were not allowed to inbound that one into the backcourt after the backcourt violation, or over and back violation, so they turn it right back over. Have you ever seen that one before, Zion?
Back to back? No, I have not.
Typically, if you're not allowed to inbound it into the backcourt like that, the referee will probably give you a little bit of a hint. Nothing there from the officials, as Foster can't finish inside. Merriweather the rebound. He lobs it into the forecourt. A great pass into the bucket for Harbor, and he lays it in for two.
It's a touchdown pass that time from David Merriweather.
Except it didn't go for 6, it went for 2. Caldwell, top of the key. He's short on the 3. Putback, though, falls from Henry.
Way to just follow the shot by Aaron Henry at a point where didn't want to have a waste of possession given the momentum that Pivot League has.
See if that can maybe get Henry going on the offensive end of the floor. Just his second field goal of the ball game. Here's Washington working against Henry now, crossing over. Got Henry in the air, steps through, left-handed floater, missed everything. Here comes Foster. Numbers for the Indianapolis Recorder. He hesitates, drives, collapses the defense, and kicks to Henderson, who knocks down the 3.
That's how you run the break. Just collapse the defense and then find the open man on the outside.
Harbor with the left hand over the outstretched arm of Caldwell. Can't finish. Offensive rebound, Merriweather. Washington driving, spinning. Can't finish with the right hand. Rebound poked out to Edwards. His 3 finds the bottom. Again, right place, right time for Jaquan Edwards. And Pivot League is back up by 3.
Yeah, that one a bit more of just sporadic play, but still ends up in a bucket just like that.
And Manson will answer with the 3 of his own from the corner on the far side of the floor. Back and forth we go. Teams trading buckets here in the second half. We should be in store for a fantastic finish here to the second of 3 games on this Wednesday night at the City League. Washington, hesitation. Stepping back behind the three-point line. He's short on the 3. Manson the rebound. We've seen him go coast to coast already a couple of times tonight. He'll give it off to Henderson. Here's Henry. A step inside the volleyball line. He gives it up to Caldwell. Caldwell left alone. Washington daring him to shoot the 3. He does, and he drills it.
I don't care who you are. Any player will feel disrespected given that much space, and Caldwell made him pay.
And given the talent we have at the City League, there's not really anybody that's not capable of knocking down the 3. Great pass there from Wilburn running the pick and roll with Merriweather, who is the beneficiary of that pass. Lead is 1 for the Indianapolis Recorder. About 4.5 minutes out from our Elam ending. Here's Foster. Finding the cutting Caldwell. Fall away jumper is good. But a good performance for him.
Yeah, now it feels like he's in a rhythm as well.
Washington slowly walking this across the timeline. Here's Wilburn. Back to Washington. They've been the 1-2 punch in the backcourt all season long for Pivot League, as Washington got a full head of steam driving to the basket. Was able to finish with the left hand. Foster looking to counter right to left. He crosses over. Driving right side, too strong in the layup. He wanted a foul. He didn't get it. Wilburn will now push the tempo. He goes up on the left side and finishes. The lead is back with Pivot League. Foster still wanting that foul on that far side of the floor after that last offensive possession. Caldwell rattles a 3 in and out. Foster goes up on the right side. He was determined to get a bucket there as that one falls.
I feel like we're primed for a great finish here, Zach. Both teams just not letting up on either end.
Both teams have the type of players that really turn it up in the Elam ending as well. We've seen Aaron Henry do it a couple of times this year. Greg Foster, well, he's Greg Foster. That's pretty obvious. Dame Wilburn and Washington on the other side as well, as that jumper missed for Pivot League. Here's Caldwell. Crossing over against Merriweather. He had his pocket picked by the big man. Wilburn, left side wing. He'll step into a 3. It's short. Rebound Manson. Quickly into the forecourt looking for Caldwell. It's intercepted by Harbor. Washington, corner 3, short. He has not had it going from deep tonight, as Henry will slow it down a little bit until he doesn't. Looking for Foster. That one, another interception there for Harbor, looking like a defensive back out here. Deshaun Harbor has it far side. Here's Wilburn dumping it off. Merriweather is fouled. Cardinal sin there for Merriweather. He brought that ball down below his waist as the big man, but didn't hurt him too much. He still has 2 shots upcoming here at the line.
And for this Recorder team, you have to get shots up, right? Just a sequence of back-to-back turnovers is never going to do you any good as a team. You have to be smart with the basketball. And I know you want to play fast, but you can't rush and you can't try to put the ball through passing lanes that aren't there.
Merriweather's first free throw is good. I'll make a correction from earlier. Noah Jordan is wearing Xavier Del Real's number tonight. So Noah Jordan is back into the game for Pivot League. Noah Jordan wearing the number 5 jersey this evening. He's checked back into the game. He was quite impactful in that first half as Merriweather's second free throw bounces off the rim and falls off. All tied up here, about a minute and a half away from our target scorer as Aaron Henry gets the floater to fall. Wilburn pushing the pace. Far side of the floor, dancing with Caldwell, dumping it down low now. Here's Merriweather. The smaller Lisenby on him. Merriweather punishing him, putting his back into him and turning it over. Foster spinning around one, driving to the basket, going up with the right hand. He couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Lisenby. Body is falling on the floor. Lisenby loses it, kicks it out. Foster, a 3 on the way. It rolls in and out. Harbor, hesitation. Here's Edwards. Driving right side, elbow jumper short, rebounded by Foster. Looking to attack, Greg Foster picks up his dribble now. Finds the release in Caldwell.
Caldwell needs a good shot here.
Dancing with Merriweather, step back 3 on its way off the right side of the rim. Lisenby's putback effort was off as well. Both offenses, Zion, after a little bit of a hot stretch in that 8 to 5 minute mark.
Yeah.
Have gone quiet here as of the last couple of possessions. Here's Jordan. He's going to step into a 3 and rattle it home. Know what they say, Zion, hand down, man down. No contest there from Caldwell. And Jordan made him pay.
Now our next stoppage will head us to the Elam Indy with these teams neck and neck.
Foster one-on-one operating against Wilburn. Step back 3, good contest. Off the front of the rim from Foster. We'll see if Pivot League elects to call a timeout here. They won't. It'll result in a 3 from Jordan, and there for the putback is Wilburn. We'll see if they foul now to try and force out that target score. No shot, says the referee on the near side of the floor. Aaron Henry tried to anticipate it to draw potentially a shooting foul. But again, a purposeful, targeted foul there, all in an effort to send us to our Elam ending Zion, which target score will sit at 80.
Yeah, and that's one of those with the shot attempt that they pretty much almost never give to the shooter. So, but this game has been tight all the way, and let's see who takes over in this Elam Indy period.
Henry offhand floater. That one rolled off the front of the rim and in. Aaron Henry, a prime candidate to try and take over in this Elam ending. Wilburn with the ball as well. The lead is 1 for Pivot League. Wilburn driving, bumping, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. One of those situations where Greg Foster going to be whistled for the foul there, kind of bumping the offensive player in Wilburn off his driving line.
Yeah, I think he had a hand on his hip as he was trying to get into the lane, and that's one of those that it was a late whistle, but I think it was the right call.
First free throw drops for Wilburn as Kaisia Washington, checks back into the game. Merriweather will sit, so the smaller lineup now for Pivot League as Wilburn rattles in the second as well. 2 for 2 at the line. See what kind of magic Greg Foster has for us here in this Elam ending. Crossing over against Harbor, driving at the right side of the rim. It's almost too easy for him sometimes.
It really is. He just gets to wherever he wants to go on the court at ease.
He's pulled his team back to within one. Harbor over to Wilburn. Down low, Jordan finding the cutting Harbor, and he lays it in with the right hand on the left side. Good ball movement there for Pivot League. Their lead is back to 3.
Nice use of the pinch post there.
Henry spinning back to his right hand, fouled. He can't finish. I think he's upset with himself that he didn't finish that move, but he has 2 shots upcoming here to try and cut into this deficit. It's interesting too, Zion. He is a left-handed player, but we've seen him a lot tonight, whether it's spinning back to that right hand there or finding a way to get back to that right hand. He hasn't necessarily used that left too much.
No, he hasn't. He's one of those players that is pretty comfortable going both ways, which makes him a threat. You never really know how to shade him defensively.
Henry goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Lead back down to 1 for Pivot League. This is kind of where the Pivot League All-Stars here, they kind of have an advantage. They don't have necessarily one standout player. They don't have a Greg Foster or Aaron Henry that you know is going to get the ball in this situation. There's really 4 or 5 guys on the floor that could get the shot here. This time it's Harbor. His layup attempt too strong. And the Indianapolis Recorder has a chance to reclaim the lead. Henry, 3, too strong, rebound into the hands of Jordan. Here comes Wilburn. Goes behind his back with the right hand. He can't finish. Would have been a pretty move as here comes Foster crossing over into the lane with the right hand. He finishes.
And the missed layup on one end leads into a transition opportunity on the other.
Here's Noah Jordan, cut off from his drive and whistled for a loose ball foul. Jordan and Harbor not on the same page there, and Noah Jordan ends up picking up a loose ball foul. So now not only does Pivot League trail by 1, but they've given possession back to the Indianapolis Recorder. They're in need of a stop sign.
Yeah, the next bucket will make it 1 possession away from winning the game. I guess that's on either side as well, but the defense is going to be crucial here. Defense and boxing out, making sure you get that rebound also.
Pivot League got that timeout called right before the inbounds. So with 4 points separating the Indianapolis Recorder from that target score of 80, Pivot League trailing by 1. Zion, you know if you're Pivot League, you're probably going to look at an Indianapolis Recorder squad that's going to look to get the ball into the hands of Greg Foster or Aaron Henry. Do you try and load up potentially on those 2 guys?
That's a great verbiage there, loading up. I wouldn't necessarily double either one of them, although Foster has been tremendous. But as soon as he maybe gets a step or 2 on that drive, just be ready in help position, because as good as he's been, it's felt like he's been able to get a lot of those one-on-one opportunities. You have to make it a situation where he sees a second body in between he and the hoop. So I would definitely, like you said, load up, play the gaps, and then be able to recover and close out on potential jump shots if he kicks it out.
One of those situations where you'd rather force Henderson or Lisenby or Caldwell to beat you with a jumper than Greg Foster going one-on-one. As he's got it now, Deshaun Harbor has drawn the defensive assignment. Lisenby will set a screen. Foster rejects it, driving right side, and he's just too strong there. Not much you can do if you're Deshaun Harbor.
And Zach, it's one-on-one though. You know, you let him get to that spot, and that's what happens.
Let him reject the screen, go to the baseline, and Greg Foster shows off that physicality on the drive to pull his team within 1 possession of the win. Pivot League, Washington driving. Here's Wilburn working against Henry. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Wilburn pulls. He misses. And now all it takes is a bucket for the Indianapolis Recorder to win. Looking to make it 3-0 on the season. Foster top of the key.
Here I do my best to get the ball out of his hands.
Wilburn giving him some space. He drives right side, and he's fouled. Wilburn whistled for the foul. It will send Greg Foster to the free throw line, where he needs both here, Zion, to win it for the Indianapolis Recorder.
A lot of pressure here because you missed just one of these, and this game is still very much in reach for Pivot League.
Don't have the specific second half numbers, but he had 21 points at the halftime break, Foster did, as he hits the first free throw. Gotta imagine he's close to that 40 mark, right? If not there.
For sure, he's been really incredible from start to finish.
looking to win it here for the Indianapolis Recorder. Greg Foster looking to cap what has been a tremendous night for him, and he does so. The Indianapolis Recorder 3-0 now on the City League season, one of 3 left unbeaten on the men's side. Another special performance from Greg Foster as he leads his team to an 80-75 win over Pivot League.
Great resilience from this Indianapolis Recorder team. We talked about it at the beginning of the second half. It just did not look like there was any energy. It looked like they were just kind of walking through this game, and that Pivot League may be able to take control of it, but it was really a jostle, a wrestle back and forth all game and all second half, and then you get to the eliminating period, and it was Henry and it was Foster just getting the job done for this Recorder team. Having those 2 guys they know they could go to kind of gave them a slight advantage over Pivot League, who has a more egalitarian approach, and the Recorder, as you mentioned, it stays undefeated.
3-0 for the Indianapolis Recorder this season. The Pivot League drops to 1-2 on the year. And Zion, we've got one more matchup upcoming here tonight at the City League. And boy, oh boy, should it be a good one. Tony Perkins and BBM Tax Service set to take on Darius Adams and Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill. It's the 3rd of 3 tonight at the City League. You won't want to miss it. We'll be back in just a few moments here at the City League Live.